Alright, next up in this section, we're going to be talking about beating coverage. Now, after we went over beating the blitz. So, again, a lot of concepts are going to apply from beating the blitz or kind of translate over. Again, and we covered this in the beginner's manual a good bit, but again, if you're having trouble beating coverage defense, it's because you're not attacking the sidelines enough. Again, the sidelines will be your best friend versus coverage defense. So, again, utilizing flood concepts. So, plays like this. Or again, and it comes back to the corner routes and the post routes. So, again, what are the best ways to attack the sidelines are these corner routes. You know, what formations have the best corner routes? Probably bunch first, then trips head end. Again, the one benefit trips head end has over bunch is the spacing. So that's why, you know, I run trips. But again, just to reiterate, silence will be your best friend in attacking coverage defense. So again, that's all about isolating this solo side defender. So again, we know that if there's only one guy, you know, over there on the sideline, again, what are we gonna do? We're gonna attack him with a 2v1 matchup. Run two receivers in his area, you know, at different depths. So again, here we're just basically waiting. You know, is he gonna go low? Is he gonna go high? And again, once this single defender makes the decision that he's gonna go low, that's when we throw the corner out again. Just got shedded there, but again, we had the corner out wide open there. Again, you want to be doing this, you know, to both sides. Again, we'll cover that more in the next section, but again, you get these corner routes in your game. Isolate the solo side zone defender. Again, there's only going to be in stock cover 2, stock cover 3, stock cover 4. There's only going to be one sideline defender dedicated to each side of the field. So again, we want to attack him by flooding his area of the field by attacking at different depths. So again, I know in the beginner's manual we did this with more with flats, but again, you'll see a lot of pros do this with you know, drag routes instead, and that works as well. Again, the drag route kind of acts as like a flood because again, instead of like the flat, it's gonna run to the short flat. So and kind of the benefit of the drag too is you can also throw it early over the middle of the field. So that's why a lot of people use the drag route instead. So again, right here, again, I had the corner route. The purple kind of made the decision late, but again, practice mode, these D linemen, they be shedding like crazy. So let me just spy them to show you guys, just to get the point across, really. And as you can see here, it's all about waiting for, waiting to see what that single silent defender does. Again, does he go low? Does he go high? And again, we covered this a good bit in the beginner's manual. Again, we can do that to either side. So, and also another concept, even though you don't think of the crosser as a silent route, but again, it can be used as a silent route. That's still, you know, attacking the sidelines, because again, it's gonna run late towards the sidelines. So, again, this is another way to attack these sidelines. So I can do something like this, and again, as we went over in the beating the blitz video, you want to get these in routes and drag routes in your game, whether it's versus a blitz or a coverage defense, because again, you can fit these in routes in at just about any point. Again, the hook zones aren't great in this game, so again, that's why you'll see a lot of players run these post and cross read concepts or crossing and in route concepts, is because no hook zone is really going to guard you know, the in route. There's always going to be a window to throw that in route, and then the user's going to say, shit, there's a 30-yard, you know, crossing around the field. I know I got to go and guard that because we're utilizing our pull route, the push back to deep blue. So again, it's going to be a really tough decision on the user. And again, look at the spacing between the crossing route and the end route. That's really the key thing here is, you know, the spacing. You know, ask yourself, what are your main targets and what's the space between them? And it's going to be impossible to make, almost impossible to make a bad or the incorrect read on this, because there's just so much space between this in route and the crosser. Look, the in route's at damn near the 50, and you know, this in route's down here at the 20. And again, even with, you know, the spies and stuff on the field, again, there's always going to be this little window to fit in this in route. So again, make sure to get those crossing and in route combinations into your game. And yeah, that's really that. So again, back to, and again, like I said, a lot of the concepts will translate. So even like for the being the blitz, and that's why this concept is so popular, because it's going to be good versus the blitz and coverage defense. So again, so even on a little concept like this, where you block tight end, again, we had that drag and that post route. Again, the user's going to have to run with this post route, because even a zone drop on 25, this post route's going to get, it's going to get in a spot where the zone drop won't guard it in time, and we can still throw it. Again, look, we got that little pull route, pushing back the deep blues. Again, the user kind of has to run with this. And also what we're kind of creating here is a little flawed concept on the right, because, excuse me, because we have a wheel route and a drag running at different depths, attacking the sideline. So this solo sideline defender has to decide, you know, do I go with the wheel, do I go with the drag? Again, he's going to follow the drag. He's going to follow the wheel, opening up the drag. And again, really, we could have even lowballed the drag at this point right here. So we can throw the drag here. We can throw the drag at this point. So that's why, again, you know, these post and drag concepts are so effective. You know, the post routes have to be usered. You know, as we talked about in our base plays, that's why we want to get those crossers and posts in the game. And then the drag can kind of be thrown at just about any point over the short middle of the field. So that's where you're going to see these crossing and drag concepts so much. And even what we're doing here too is this wheel route even kind of acts as a pull route, because it's going to pull this purple towards the sideline, so where we can kind of like low ball this drag here as well. So again, we're kind of just pulling everything together. So, you know, with the pull routes, with the, you know, with the spacing over the middle of the field. So again, as these courses keep going on and progress, again, you're going to see a lot of concepts coming together, and you know, things are going to start to click.